Let's talk about these maligned speakers. They are Pioneer CS-33s, not the A version. These are the regular CS-33s. They're quite maligned, I would say, online. People don't really care for them, and I would agree with them. I feel like they're boxy sounding. When I tried them, didn't matter what amplifier I was using, they were just boxy sounding. Not a lot of bass, just awful sounding speaker. Probably not the worst I've ever heard, but not great either. So I made some modifications to them. I just bypassed or got rid of the original crossover, which really didn't consist of a whole lot. It was just two inductors, I believe, and a resistor it was a maybe like a resistor and a capacitor. It was a small crossover, old style thing that was in there. I went ahead and swapped that out to an Amazon crossover just for fun. Right? I didn't really get these speakers for very much money. I was like, well, let me see if I can improve these by upgrading to a more modern, shall we say, crossover. And I did just that. And just with the crossover alone, it was a marked difference. It was a significant difference. I feel like it was better, but it was still missing something. There wasn't much bass. The detail was better, a lot better than it was with the original crossover, But it's still, I don't know, there's still that woofer, that original Alnico woofer just is awful. It's just a really bad sounding woofer. So I went ahead and did some searching online and on the forums. People are saying that there's a not a direct replacement, but some guys were reporting success with a specific speaker, and I went ahead and got them, and they listed as like a Pioneer type replacement speaker. It is it's different looking. It has like a kind of like almost like a dual cone kind of thing going on. It's not a dual cone, but it has like this other, I don't know what you call it, but it's not like a regular cone. Anyway, much better sounding after I replace it with these. The Alnico woofers belong in the trash. If you have these speakers, if they were given to you for free, or if you buy them cheap, I highly recommend replacing them at least with these speakers. They're not expensive, so it's totally worth it. And, you know, maybe try a different crossover out. I had luck with the crossover I went with on Amazon. It was cheap. I think it was $11 or something, or $18 for both. I don't remember the specific price, but totally worth it. And then I refinished the cabinets because the cabinets were like in real bad shape. So I just sanded them down and restained them and put a new clear coat on them. And we have some decent speakers. I think they're worth a little. If you have them, they're given to you, or you got them, like I said, for cheap. They're worth a little overhaul. They are ported, so they have a ported sound. They don't sound like a sealed. They don't sound like the EPIs I have in my closet. I have some EPI 100Ws that have a totally different sound. They don't sound like those, but they're decent now. I would say that for beginner or somebody looking to DIY or recover some vintage speakers, somebody that's looking to maybe upgrade some vintage speakers that aren't particularly good as they are even when they're working, this is a good option, something that you can look into. Different music sounds good. As you heard, I like Final Fantasy orchestral music. Nobuo Uematsu's one of my favorite composers. Sounds amazing. Other genres were okay, but anyway, it's enough of that. And that's what I did to these CS-33s. And I just wanted to say that it was a totally worthwhile improvement. If you can find them for cheap, and if they're free and you want to put a little bit of money in them, or if they're sentimental, if they've got some sentimental value to you, it's totally worth upgrading these speakers and giving them a little love. And they are fixable. They don't have to sound terrible for infinity for the rest of the time. You can actually make them sound a little better. Anyway, That's all I have for you. Thanks.